paycheck from a job without working there. It's a transactional thing, bro. You're trying to get
but we all identify a hoe as being somebody that's being around.
Well, what? So, what you think we doing, man? If you motherfuckers with other people, what are we doing?
Yeah, but what I'm saying, listen what I'm saying to you. Listen what I'm saying to you. If I'm always living in this unrealistic mindset that that somebody wants to take me out and somebody wants to have conversation with me and get to know me and this and that, right? When that shit is all over, I'm moving on to the next motherfucker that's ready to do the same thing. Because I'm not here really for the commitment. I'm not here for the long journey. I'm here for this right now. You taking me to the museum, taking me out to eat, taking me to the movies. That's what I'm here for. And everybody who has been in a long-term relationship knows that shit slows down after you get committed. We're not going to be out every night because now we got priorities. Yeah. We got fucking bills to pay. We got certain shit that we need to handle. And we're looking at the bigger perspective of this situation. Yeah. It's no longer about just entertaining you. It's about us building together.
Right.
So when you stuck in that phase where you just happy with people entertaining you, you never go no further.
No.
It sounds like the lack of an investment in anything non-financial to me because everything you listed earlier was non-financial. Loyalty, faithfulness, conversation. That don't cost no damn money.
Go take asking you to eat out there. When last you been on a date, bro? Nigga, these prices don't went up.
I don't look at the
fucking $40 for some calamari, nigga.
I don't look at the price. I look at the quality of the interaction.
Fucking $35 for some bang bang shrimp.
Yeah. Real shit.
And you only have 60 for them niggas.
Alright. Listen, man.
To you, what's the first date?
Me personally, and I'm keeping it real, if you're dating with purpose and you dating with good intentions, I believe that we should not be in a noisy ass fucking place, eating food, being distracted from every other shit. I don't think that's where we need to be to try to get to know each other.
Yeah.
If we could go to a park, we could go to a library, we could go to certain places. Places that we can actually have a discussion without being distracted. There's many other places.
But you know what the first date is, though? This why I asked this question. The first date is when we have a conversation with each other. Now, when we go out, that's the interaction. That's the actual date. Now we're interacting with each other.
I get what you're saying, but I would call that courting.
Yeah. So that's to me, yeah. That's the date. That's the actual date. The interaction when we first talk. That's the date.
My thing is this, right? Sorry to cut you off, but my thing is this: how many conversations do we have before we even go on a date? Because I'm not just taking you on a date the first day.
Exactly.
So
right.
that means
and I wouldn't want you
to have a perspective on where this is going before we even go out.
Right. I don't move like that. I don't be so ready. So what I be hearing is a lot of women be so ready to go out on a date with somebody they just met. I'm not ready to go out on a date with you after I just meet you. I want to get to know you. I want to talk to you. I want to get where your mindset is. That's what I want to know before you take me anywhere.
You should know that before you even go out.
Off the conversation.
You don't know because just like you said earlier, just because you saw the bling bling, don't mean he's about
Exactly.
Yeah, but the conversations that you have prior to going out is where you need to really do your due diligence.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I had conversations weeks before we went out.
Yeah, like what the fuck are we doing?
We talked for about 6 weeks on the phone before we went out.
Yeah.
You know what? I ain't gonna lie to you, Queen, you just said about the first date, right?
Yeah.
We actually got ours printed. Our first date was Starbucks.
Yeah.
You know
My man.
You know, I was like, you know, hey, what do you want? You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to pay for the coffee and some Danish was so she like, nah, I got it. But we sat there and we talked for like 2 hours. We literally talked on the phone for weeks before we even met in person.
Right.
Yo, there's no way. There's no way. And I'm just keeping it a buck. And there's 3 men on this live, and y'all tell me if I'm wrong. If I meet you on Monday, we probably spoke twice, 3 times the most. And we go out on Friday. Sweetie, I'm keeping it a buck. 9 times out of 10, I am not here to fucking be on no serious shit with you.
Yeah,
I'm trying to fuck.
Right.
Yeah,
I want to fuck.
Yeah.
Okay?
Right.
Because at the end of the day, we already talking. By the second or third conversation, we probably done swap pictures. We done talk sexual shit already. By Friday, 1 week done passed, I'm already out with you.
Yeah. I mean,
Sweetie, I'm trying to smash them cheeks. And a lot of niggas know what they want in advance.
Exactly.
I'm crashing out on your feet. What are you talking about?
That's why you're here. A woman knows within the first 15 seconds whether or not she want to smash a dude.
And the dude already knows too.
Yeah.
We already talked. How you meet me 1 week and we having sexual conversation already? And you confused about what my intentions are.
Exactly.
You're dumb.
Exactly.
You're naive then.
I like how Drew said it, because this way I'm sure Drew, in that time period that y'all took, it gave you confidence to know that that's a woman and not a man you're talking to. So salute, brother.
Anyway, on some real shit, I move with discernment. So if I don't discern your spirit, I'm not gonna waste my time with your ass.
Let me tell you something. And the crazy thing is, it's best to be transparent with a dude, because you know us. We are fucking nature's predators. This is what we do. We prey. You understand? So at the end of the day, if you coming to me transparent, at least you give a nigga a chance to think like, yo, I don't even really want to play with shorty because she look like she ain't out in the field like I'm out in the field. There's a lot of niggas that don't care about that, but there's some niggas that they out here playing, they play in the field, and if they feel like we on the same playing field, then it's lights out.
Hey,
because y'all ain't better than us when it comes to being this play predator.
It would also keep the women safe, because I'm gonna be honest with you, y'all be hearing the stories of men out here with their screws loose. They think they're in a relationship in their mind with you. Don't play with these niggas, man.
This is what
Women do it too. Women be delusional thinking they're in a relationship with you too.
But when you fucking with a dude, you see the dude over there. We saw the story. Dude over there bought you a drink, and he see you with another nigga. Nigga don't even know you.
Yo, sometimes I tell you this. Sometimes when a nigga ghosts you, it might have been for a good
reason, right?
That nigga might have ghosted you because he was like, nah, I don't even want to play with shorty right now, because she done laid everything on the table, and she already said what it was. I don't want to play with her. You know what I mean? So the nigga ghost you. Now you running by the nigga, oh, why you just stop calling me like that?
Yeah.
Leave me alone, shorty, because I'm trying to chill.
Right.
Hey, you know, I just told somebody the other day, man, sometimes taking a step back is taking a step closer.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't realize that, especially, you got 3 men on here, and I'm sure both of my brothers would agree. If I take a step back, 9 times out of 10 is because either I'm protecting you or I'm protecting myself. Something about the situation at that point in time don't look right for me. So a step back is either going to bring us closer or it's going to push me in the direction of which I need to go.
That's the mature way of, that's the mature man.
Yeah.
That's the mature man. So we talking on the perspective of a mature man.
Right.
But let's talk about the immature nigga that's still just fascinated with vagina. That nigga knows this, but his ultimate goal is to get one up on you and get that box. So now he put all that aside to prove the point that he could get your box.
And you know what, bro? To your point, sometimes men don't even want it. It just becomes a sport because of the simple fact you don't realize, oh, she lying, she playing the game too. So guess what? I'ma just join in on the game because I don't even want it. I'm just gonna do it just because, and then he gonna go right back to doing whatever he was doing, and there was no love lost, no feelings, no nothing.
Exactly.
Like I said, it's like I said, if the box is the prize for certain dudes, that's cool. But real motherfuckers, I know the box is not the prize.
Nah.
I know for me it's not.
Nah,
So,
it's hell, it's what 15 or 20 to 1 out here where we at. You know what I'm saying?
All day.
So it's like, yeah.
There's no shortage.
I don't know if y'all know, but Georgia is.
I ain't fucking with Georgia. I ain't fucking with Georgia.
Please don't fuck with Georgia because please don't fuck with Georgia because there's too many women out here for us.
Yeah.
You stay your ass in New York City where bitches tell you to suck your dick. Suck my dick, nigga. We don't got that out here. We got women that comply over here.
Yeah.
Out here would know you got a wife and still be like, well, we can share.
Yeah.
I don't know. Y'all niggas be hearing the wrong shit about Georgia. I'll tell you that much.
I ain't fucking with Georgia.
Because that homosexual community that y'all be talking about, I don't even see it.
Yeah.
So that shit it ain't as big as y'all think it is.
Hey man, I want to comment to something somebody just put. They said how much transparency is too much. I just want to make a comment to that because I think a lot of people don't understand.
What?
You got to, first of all, you got to know. You have to know. You got to be willing to give what you expect. So that, to me, to ask that question is kind of like, are you willing to? Do you want somebody to be totally open with you? Do you want them to compartmentalize the truth around you, or do you want it to just be a situation where y'all have flowing conversation?
So for me, I'm gonna reiterate what I said earlier. I don't ask for nothing that I cannot give.
Yeah.
And for me, there's no level of how much transparency is enough. For me, if I give a statement, I'm gonna give a question. And if I give a question, it's on you to either tell the truth or the lie. Right? So for me, I'm only gonna ask what I wanna give.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So for me, that's where my level of transparency is at. I'm only giving what I want.
Yeah.
So I'm not asking no shit that if you ask me back the same question, I'm like, oh, that's a little too personal. I think that's crazy for you to say something like that.
Yeah, I'm gonna just stick to the word comfortability on that note because if you're not comfortable, you're not going to be transparent. So I think that's where you got to start from, comfortability.
And if you're not comfortable answering the question, then you shouldn't be comfortable asking.
Absolutely, that's what I feel. If you're uncomfortable asking, then just let it be. You know what I'm saying? Don't ask for something that you can't get, for real. That's what it boils down to. Yeah, I think that's a big problem right now with, society. Everybody has high expectations of the other person, but they don't want to meet those expectations.
And that's part of the problem out here today. Because motherfuckers want to be closed in, boxed in, protected, and they expect you to be vulnerable.
Yeah.
How the fuck does that work? How you want me to show you everything about me and be transparent when you fucking hiding shit?
Yeah.
Because, like I said earlier, the relationship PTSD is a real thing, and a lot of people need to go get help for it.
But how
It's
does
still projected from your
Yeah, but a lot of people don't even identify that they suffer from that, bro.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, I agree with you, Carl. But how does
A lot of people don't even identify that they suffer from that, bro.
Yeah, like at what point does a person realize, like, you know what?
But you know what that goes with, though? That goes with not taking accountability and never being the problem in no situation.
Right.
When you feel like you was never the problem and you was never you never contributed to shit going sour, then you always gonna be out here thinking, oh, I'm doing the right thing, and this and that.
So now
that also come with people that have not taken the time to be with themselves.
Of course.
Thank you.
Yeah. But then on top of that, Bella, there's people that haven't been with somebody for years and still ain't examining themselves. It's everybody else. It's everybody else. It ain't them.
You got the time to yourself, but you didn't do nothing with that time. So.
Exactly.
That's the saddest thing in the world is to know that you took time off from dating. You took time off from being in a relationship because you say you wanted to work on yourself.
Right.
And then you go back out there and you still doing the same thing, attracting the same person. And you're like, I don't get it. It's everybody else. It ain't me.
Right.
I keep walking it. That's crazy.
When you spend 5, 6 years, 7, 8 years telling yourself it was everybody else, there's no advance for you.
Nope.
That's definitely denial. It's definitely denial.
No accountability.
Then that also goes with the people that you keep around you.
Yeah.
Because the people is validating your bullshit.
So you talking about other like-minded people?
Right.
You got people validating your bullshit. Oh, that nigga was this, that nigga was that. Oh, it was them, it was this, it was them. Nobody never said, nah, I ain't gonna hold you, son.
It was you.
Right. It's you.
You not a fucked up person, but it's different.
Yeah.
I just wish, man, people would just be grown. And this is a huge problem out here. Is people don't.
Good luck on that.
No, I don't need no luck on it. I'm in my grown space.
For that wish, I'm talking about. For that type of wish.
No.
Good luck because,
bruh.
I'm talking. You know me. I'm always talking about interdependency. If you don't have it, you always gonna be wrong.
I'll tell you this much.
You can't get along with others.
I'll tell you this much. If everybody around you co-sign everything you fucking do, and nobody never said to you, nah, boy.
You was wrong.
Nah, man. If nobody ever say that to you, bro, you got a bunch of fucking yes men and yes women around. You stuck in a place of comfortability. And everybody knows when you stuck in comfortability, you will not grow.
Yeah.
You will not grow. I don't give a fuck how much you think you're doing better in life and this and that. Ever since I got rid of that nigga, or ever since I got rid of that bitch, you're not growing for some reason.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you look good with that transform.
And that's why motherfuckers can't take me, because I'm always tell the truth.
Yeah.
And if you don't feel like you should be telling me the truth, then you're gonna take all this Sagittarius. Because I'm always tell you the truth.
Yeah.
Nigga, I ain't speak to fucking Drew in like a month? Maybe more?
It's longer than that.
Maybe longer than that? And look, as soon as that nigga joined this live,
Exactly.
as soon as he joined this fucking live, nigga, I ain't speak to you in a while, nigga, man. I'm not the guy, bro. I'm not the guy, bro. And he might have some shit he want to say to me. Say it, nigga. I don't care, because at the end of the day, you still gonna be my nigga. But we gonna get this truth out first.
Yeah.
Nah, but that's, I mean, I want that. I'm the type of person I want that. Matter of fact, speaking on shit like that, this is why you got so much discord in our community. You know, it's kind of like you want so bad to think that the person that you meet, you know what I'm saying, or you bring into your life or bring into your circle is just respectful enough to say thank you for inviting me in, right? I had a nigga do this recently. You know, I introduced him to my circle, and the average person in my circle, we've known each other for like 10 plus years, 30 years. And he got in, and he just started a lot of shit. He got one loud for here. Yeah, but this is what I told, this is what I said. I can't even be mad at him. I'm mad at myself because I allowed my guard to be down. I didn't use my discernment. You know what I'm saying? Which is another thing that people fall short of.
That's what I just said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
I like
already
that.
know.
Yeah. Round
You
circle.
already know that there's something about this person
Yeah.
that really is telling you, like, whether it's a platonic or, you know, whatever type of relationship, something's telling you, like, don't fuck with that person.
Yeah.
They don't fit.
Let me
Right.
tell you something. You know how many motherfuckers be seeing red flags and still proceed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of.
And I'm gonna tell you why they do that. Because they have a personal issue with themselves. Because let me tell you something. If you think that you can change somebody based on your fucking personality or your sex drive or you giving threesomes and all that other shit, if you think that's gonna change a person because of that, then you have a personal issue that you need to work on. You
Yeah.
understand what I'm saying? At the end of the day, all of my friends, I don't give a fuck who it is. I don't care what it is. I'm gonna speak my mind. And if you are not adult enough to handle what I'm saying, right? And go to the next group of friends and say, oh, case. If that's the case, then that's your negligence. Because guess what? You should be doing the same thing I'm doing for you. You should be doing that for me.
Yeah.
Nigga, if you feel like you got an issue, don't go to the next group chat and talk shit. Tell me. Tell me. You feel me? Because that's what iron sharpen iron. You understand what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, if you got an attitude with what I said, then you can say, yo, you know what? I ain't gonna hold you, bro. I get where you're coming from, but you could have said that a little differently, or you could have, or you didn't have to say that in front of somebody, or whatever.
Yeah.
That doesn't change the fact that you my nigga and I love you, or you my sister and I love you. That don't change that. That don't change at all. You feel me? So if you think that you're gonna just go in a corner and talk amongst your other friends or whatever, I don't give a fuck about none of that. I'm still gonna speak my mind.
Yeah, a lot of people. Somebody just said what they say. Constructive criticism is not for everyone.
Yeah,
I disagree with that because I feel like if
yeah, that part.
this way, I don't want to be around anybody that don't welcome constructive criticism. I don't want that because I want all my people to hold me accountable.
Right.
Hold me accountable. You know what I'm saying? If
I'm holding Jay accountable.
and I'm getting called out by more than one person, then that means I need to go check my own self for a second.
And that's the thing. And that's the thing with me, right? I could never, because I don't really.
You don't have to.
I don't really try to give advice to people on here.
Yeah.
Right? What I do is I speak based on my experiences and my outcomes. Right? And for me, I share those things with people so that they can have a different perspective on certain shit. But I don't really try to come on here and tell people what's right for them and what's wrong for them and what they should be doing and what they should not be doing. Because guess what? Every life is factured different. You understand what I'm saying? And so what works for me might not work for you.
Yeah,
What works
that's
for you may
true.
not work for me. But I'm gonna give you
Jay.
my perspective on shit. You understand? Some people like to come on here and act like they perfect and what they saying is the only way of looking at shit and this and that. That's not how life is.
It sure ain't.
We can't tell nobody grown what the fuck to do. People gonna do what they want to do, regardless.
That's like I can give you the recipe, but it still ain't gonna come out the way I make it.
Exactly.
You understand what I mean? You put your own little flair on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, your own timing and everything.
You know what I'm saying?
I like that. I'm a strong believer in tough love, and like somebody said in the comments, I love how to word it. It's not about being liked. It's all about being respected. I don't give a fuck if nobody like your ass. They don't respect you, and that's all that matters.
Yeah.
And that's why I said it before and I'm gonna say it again. Sometimes it's not about what was said, it's about who said it.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's not about what was done, it was who.
Yeah.
People pick and choose who they listen to and who they get a pass to. You understand? Carl might do something that people might chastise that nigga for and be like, oh, that was so fucked up, that was so wrong. But then Drew might do it and it's all good.
Yeah.
That is hilarious. So now I'm looking at them like,
And that's the hypocritical life that we live.
Yeah.
That is so true. But hey, it's all good.
You ever been with somebody in a relationship and you telling them one thing for the longest time and they don't understand nothing you talking about? The shit don't make sense. And as soon as they best friend or they sister or they cousin tell them, right? All of a sudden, bling, it makes sense.
It makes sense now.
Because it's not about who said it. It's about it's not about what was said. It's about who said it.
Who said it?
Wait a minute. He cheated on you, right? Yeah, that's why I left him. He cheated on me. So the dude you with now is not cheating on you? Yeah, but see, he gives me money every week. Okay.
That sounds so stupid.
but it's
People, they say it. That sounds so stupid.
I just had a Cardi B flashback, sorry. Go from one cheater to another cheater. Okay.
Yeah. It's better because this one doing it differently. That sounds dumb.
Hey. I appreciate the whole topic because I'm gonna be honest, when I was listening to sounded confusing too, man. I mean, when you justify bullshit, it does become comical.
and real talk, there's certain conversations I don't even really like being a part of, but then I can't sit down and listen to
say nothing.
I can't listen to stupid shit and just sit here because if I don't say nothing, it sounds like I'm co-signing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's just like two cops. One cop is beating the shit out of another nigga, and I stand there and watch. Nigga, I'm part of the problem too.
Yeah.
I ain't stopping, so I'm part of the problem too.
Yeah. You stood there and watched.
I'm not with it.
I ain't doing that.
You try to be part of the solution and not the problem. That's why I was always raised.
You know,
I guess that's why she ain't come back.
It stops you from complaining so much when you're part of the solution.
hey, but Carl, a lot of people don't even realize that they are part of the problem.
Yeah.
A lot of people think that they are the solution, but don't realize that they are the problem.
They do.
They do.
That's not it. I used to think that, but they do.
Yeah.
When you are constantly fighting against people telling you the truth about yourself, you know right then and there. 10 motherfuckers told me my breath stink, but they all wrong.
Yeah.
So you start hanging out with other motherfuckers because you don't want nobody to tell you your breath stinks.
But
man.
But now, Carl, like, it really is some people out here, bro. I remember being in the car listening to a conversation. This chick, she would get into it at every job she had. And no matter what my boy told her, she swore up and down, but I'm not doing anything, though. All I'm doing is trying to do this, and I'm trying to do... no matter what anybody told her, she could not see that she was the common denominator to every problem she was having.
The outcomes, I don't care, universally, the outcomes tell you your own patterns and your own mindset. If you change those two, the outcome is different.
Nigga, I
learned change it though.
All right.
I learned my lesson from my last experience, bro. That girl blamed every fucking body before me, nigga. And I never dealt with nothing like that. So to actually sympathize for somebody who everybody else was the problem. I'm this innocent, pretty girl, and everybody else is taking advantage of me. Everybody else is manipulating me. Everybody is abusing me. Everybody is using me.
You said that 5 dicks ago.
When I realized for myself, that you are the problem and you blaming everybody else, then I became the problem. And I had to learn that shit the hard way, nigga.
That's why when you ask that question, who broke up the relationship, you or him? It's always going to be
him.
The same answer.
It's going to be him every time.
Like I said, bro,
hold on. Let me say this. The only time you hear it's mutual is because that motherfucker was fed up.
That nigga was fed up.
You understand? That's the crazy part. That's the only way you can get mutual out that mouth. Other than that, gonna be the same answer. Blame them, not yourself.
Let's do it too.
That's the excuse people like to have on the shit they be doing. I don't like people that have excuses for the reason why they act the way that they act. I get them kind of people from around me. Because that means that you're not to blame, everyone else is.
I'm gonna be honest. I gotta go back to what Major said about transparency too, because let me tell you something. If every male and female had a Carfax attached to them, where you can now interview the person they last with, again, that goes back to what I said about vulnerability and comfortability. I don't think we would want that. Nobody wants to be interviewed. You know, yo, man, what was that girl like, man? I want to know.
I'll tell you this much. That would save a lot of motherfucking heartbreak and a lot of time.
Yeah.
If you was able to fucking interview the last person they was with,
Yeah.
They had posted something a while ago saying, "What if you can see the mutual people that have dated or some shit on people's profiles? Mutual sex."
Yo. But it tells you the mindset. It gives clues. Because I can give a lot of clues based on people, on who they associate with. Like you said, you can tell a lot about a woman by the type of dude she interacts with, right? Look at them pictures of the guy that she's around. It tells you. She ain't around no real, you know what I mean? So it tells you a lot.
most of my exes will tell you that nigga wasn't ready for no relationship. That's the only thing they could probably tell you.
Now, if I don't see no pictures, I'm going to guess that you've been around a lot of white guys.
That nigga was outside.
You've been tricking on a lot of white guys. That's why you don't have no pictures with no niggas.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, man. Profiles tell you a lot about a person.
Profile